Time for a big game breakdown. As always, live odds. Sportsbookreview.com. 5 o'clock Pacific. Game 1 of a doubleheader on ESPN. Celtics hit the road to take on the Raptors. Toronto is 3. 215.5 the total. 37-20 against 33-24. Celtics open the final stretch with a 4-game lead in the Atlantic Division. They have not won a playoff series in the Brad Stevens era. They decided to stand pat, didn't make any moves. Danny Ainge is excited. Quote, "I'm excited actually, watching practice today. Very excited by what I saw. Not disappointed. Not at all," end quote. I buy that. I think he's right. They have a good team, and they can compete and give Cleveland a series if they match up in the Eastern Conference Finals. But tough assignment here against the Raptors. They have played 3 times. Celtics have lost 2 of the 3, and the only loss, the only win for the Celtics, DeRozan didn't play.
Yeah, and Toronto still covered the number in that game. Now, we look at Boston. They're going to get Avery Bradley back soon. And you say, all right, they stood pat at the deadline. I really think that was the right move for the Celtics to make. And when you're reading the quotes and comments from the people close to the organization around the league, you're kind of getting that same sense. That this team, they're not far. They have a ton of young talent. They've got a nice mesh with the veterans. And they're playing as good as Cleveland was heading into the All-Star break. No reason to think they're not going to come out of the break and play good basketball here. But we look at Toronto. They're the ones that stunk it up before the All-Star break. Now, a lot of that was the fact that Lowry and DeRozan felt like it was them against the entire world because the rest of the team struggled to step up, and then DeRozan got hurt, and there were all kinds of issues there. Now they got Serge Ibaka on the court, P.J. Tucker on the way, and Tucker from Phoenix, a guy that, again, a little deal. No one pays a lot of attention to these type of deals. He's a guy who really could become a key role player. He defends well. He's a good rebounder, and he's one guy who doesn't need the ball, which is good because you're not going to get it from Lowry or DeRozan anyway. Patrick Patterson is expected to be back in the lineup for Toronto. They really missed him when he got hurt. While he was out was when the Raptors were really struggling.
Raptors, as we mentioned, 3-0 ATS, 2-1 straight up against the Celtics this year. Boston has not won in Toronto since 2015. The Celtics lost by 18 in their first game back off the break last year. They were +1 at Utah, and they lost straight up in ATS at Sacto the week before that. What do you think? You're a big Celtic guy. I think this is a tough matchup, though, for him because the Celtics, I believe, are 29th in the league in defensive rebounding.
Yeah, and, Boston, we like Boston in the road dog role. I don't love this matchup for the Celtics tonight. And while I think that Boston's going to come out of the break and do something good, and I continue to think that Boston is the team, Houston's live, or not Houston, Washington is live to make some noise in the playoffs if they play like they have over the last 2 months. And I think that Boston has more playoff upside than Toronto. For the purpose of this game, I'm not in any rush to take the Celtics here. It'd be Raptors or pass for me.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to SBRpicks.com.